Okay, so Australia should have a new Prime Minister by the time this is released.
Seriously? Is it this weekend?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Yay.
So we've either got a douchebag or a turd sandwich, and it's just great because they're both shit. And we've been doing some serious stuff recently. Well, not really serious, but like gloomy.
Yeah, covering all the hard politics.
Yeah, I bet some of those trans activists were really hard.
Really hard.
So I thought we'd do a fun one. This is Love Don't Judge. My wife is a vampire.
Yes! I love Don't Judge.
I love Love Don't Judge too.
I love to judge these crazy fucks.
Anyway, we've got a quick sponsor, then we'll have a look. Let's go! Melatonin supplements are pretty popular nowadays, but did you know because melatonin's a hormone, if we take too much, our body stops producing it naturally. And for some blokes, it can even affect testosterone levels. If you give melatonin to a Siberian hamster, its knackers will go from the size of a marble to the size of a grain of rice within a week, poor little fella. Thankfully, Dr. Andrew Huberman, neuroscientist and tenured professor at Stanford University, recently revealed what he calls his favourite sleep remedy.
My favorite sleep cocktail based on really good, solid, peer-reviewed science is magnesium threonate and something called apigenin, which is basically a derivative of chamomile. Those two things work really well. They essentially shut down the forebrain thinking, anticipating part of your brain, allow you to drift off into sleep really well.
Oh, I need that all day then, if you could shut that down.
You know, theanine is the third thing in the cocktail.
Isn't theanine, that is also a nootropic?
So theanine also turns on what's called the GABA system. It's like an inhibitory neurotransmitter, and it helps suppress anxiety and kind of turn off thinking. It helps you make the transition into sleep.
Let me write all this
Sure
stuff
thing.
down, because I think I do need this.
These are a game changer. I'll be amazed if it doesn't help.
Black Forest has a supplement that contains all these ingredients and more. They're calling it Sleepex, and it takes advantage of the latest cutting-edge science to not only help you fall asleep, but stay asleep naturally. Lack of sleep can make you fat, weak, and docile. If you want to be strong, mentally sharp, and in peak condition, you need to get enough high-quality, rejuvenating sleep. Black Forest are offering our viewers an amazing deal. Buy two, get one completely free for the next 48 hours. It'll never be this cheap again, so take advantage of this great launch day deal. Visit blackforestsupplements.com/bearing.
This is Sjean. He fell in love with Hellie.
Oh, her name's Hellie. Look at that face.
Look at those teeth.
And did you see his name? His name is Sjean with a J.
What?
Sjean.
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 Wait, are we sure it's Sean? Did they say Jean?
No, they said Sean.
Sjean.
Sjean.
Right. Okay.
We're leaving town because my wife is a vampire. She got mentioned again recently in the paper. The paper was talking about the vampire murder cult.
Wait, she got mentioned again in the local paper. You know, just the vampire murder cult. You know, that thing again. We need to know more about this. Like, has there actually been murders?
Were there puncture wounds in the victims' necks?
They got a bunch of comments on Facebook.
The couple are judged because of Hellie's unusual identity.
All these trolls online saying I'm fat and ugly, you know, it's the sun.
What?
I love how she gets all this online shit. It's just like, you're fat, you're ugly. And she's like, it must be the sun.
I blame the sun.
The sun did this.
Also, you've got a lace parasol, love. That's going to do fuck all against the sun.
What's a parasol?
I think it's a type of umbrella made for the shade instead of rain.
Oh, okay.
So this vampire is walking around with a see-through lace parasol. Like, that's going to do anything. What are you wearing, SPF 1000? And what's this dude's deal with the glasses?
He's fighting the Matrix.
The sun is your biggest hater. My friend Ryan.
How's the car as well? It's one of those wake me up before you go cars. Like, she's a fucking vampire. She can't get sun on her. You've got a convertible. What's going on here?
My friend Ryan will be coming over today.
I never pegged John.
Okay.
I just saw your look as you paused it and then it clicked in my head. Are you sure you never pegged him?
So they've got their friend Ryan coming over today. I wonder if Ryan's going to be normal.
I never pegged John for being into magic or the occult.
I do know of a mutual friend or perhaps ex-friend at this point. You cast a spell and the next day they got into a car crash.
Whoa.
So I wonder how serious this car crash was. Was it like, oh, I reversed into a post, fucking hell. And they're like, yes, we mildly inconvenienced you. Or was it like a quadruple fatality with his family?
Wait, she's casting spells? Is this a witch or a vampire?
Well, vampire, but I think she's just like, I'm magic.
I can be both if I want to.
Remember that video we did about the vampire coven?
The vampire coven.
Wait, vampire/witch coven? It seems to be a common thing. If you think you're a vampire, then obviously you're a witch too. You can do spells and shit. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, you're tapped in. You're tapped into the supernatural energy. Do you think she does that maniacal laugh just every now and then around the house and it freaks him out? Honey, I've made you tacos. And I put extra salsa.
Probably.
Today, I'm gonna do a deep feed on Sjean. Are you ready for me to take some of your energy?
She's going to do a deep feed on Sjean. Wouldn't that imply that she's going to suck his blood?
Oh, finally, some real vampire shit.
But she said, I'm going to take some of your energy.
Wait, what?
I want to suck your energy.
What kind of a vampire are you? Suck his blood.
Yeah, suck his blood. Now, speaking of sucking stuff, do you think those teeth are real?
No. She got them at the costume store.
I don't know, man. She seems pretty committed.
You think she went to the dentist and got veneer vampire teeth?
Maybe.
There are different types of energy. There's ambient energy, which is the energy that's around people and not on them. And that's usually what I take. Big events where there's a lot of people and there's a lot of good hype. That energy is in the air, and I usually tend to just take it all in. And for like a deep feeding, which would be like me trying to take his energy, that would need consent.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. So she needs his consent to take energy directly from him.
Deep energy.
Do you reckon she ever like stealth energy feeds from him while he's asleep?
Without consent.
Yeah.
Why do the dudes always look bored as fuck in these love don't judge things?
Because they are bored as fuck.
Yeah. The chicks are the ones doing all the explaining. They're the crazy ones. And the dude is just sitting next to them all quiet with their head down looking kind of embarrassed.
Yeah, well, it's these chicks with mental illness, man. I bet they do lots and lots of shit.
Yeah, dudes will do anything. They'll put up with anything to get their dick sucked.
Yeah, but I bet they go crazy. Some shit that we haven't even thought of, you know? I mean, you could show her a cross halfway through sex, like when you're about to jizz. You know what I mean? So she tightens up.
Oh, Barry.
She's like, ah, ah. You're like, oh, yeah, baby, pinch that. Oh.
Oh, epileptic fit, yeah.
How do you feel?
Like I'm gonna sneeze. We met about maybe 2-3 years ago at a steakhouse in downtown where we live. I think I learned about the vampire thing very early on.
I realized I was a vampire probably late 2021, and that's kind of when I said it out loud.
It was COVID. She was in like a lockdown or something. She had to stay home from work. She was bored as fuck. She's like, okay, I'm a vampire. Fuck this.
Yeah, 2021. She was stuck inside. She wasn't getting any sunshine. She figured, fuck it. I'll just be a vampire. They met at a steakhouse.
I was just going to say, they met at a steakhouse. I want to know if she does vampire porn. There's always a porn element to this.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, they say that they got to leave town because of the vampire murder cult, whatever the fuck it was. But I bet it's like, yeah, I'm just ashamed because I did like vampire anal.
I always knew I was different. Like, did you think I was a crazy person when I told you I was a vampire?
Yes. Yes, he did. I was just sitting there at the steakhouse eating a bloomin' onion.
Oh, were they at Outback Jack's? Is that what it's called? Outback Steakhouse?
Outback Steakhouse, I think.
Do you think there was garlic on his steak?
Yeah, that's a good point. They're really kind of like, I mean, I don't want to judge here. Well, I do want to judge. That's why I'm watching this video. They're kind of like very like...
Weird
looking, yeah.
They look like non-binaries.
Yeah, they look like non-binaries.
No? Okay, good. I like to dress like a vampire as often as I possibly can because it's like a reflection of my soul.
Wait. So is she a vampire or does she like to dress like a vampire? Because that's two different levels of quirky.
Oh, like drag queens and transes.
Well, like, is this a cosplay thing or is she like legit on board?
Living
like,
her
I've
life.
got a coffin.
She's had the surgery.
I'm drinking cups of blood. You know, fuck, I'm a vampire. Because I want her to be a vampire. That's going to make this more funny.
I got all kinds of stuff. I've got like a vampire shirt.
No, too hot.
People would say that I'm an energy vampire. I prefer to use the term psychic vampirism because that's like the fancy term for it, but I don't drink blood. That's not my thing.
She likes blood sausage though.
I do like blood sausage.
Sexual innuendo. So, okay. So, do you reckon he like rubs fake blood on his? I'm not going to go there.
On the schlong.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. That's so weird. I think her teeth are real, man.
Yeah. Every time she laughs, it creeps me out because she's trained herself to do this forced villain laugh.
Vampire laugh.
Yeah. The shoulders are all perched up tight towards her ears.
She's doing like claws on her knee.
Yeah.
I think that blood sausage is chef's kiss. I'm gonna wear this dress paired with this wig because this is the classic vampire Hellie wig. So I think it's only logical that I would wear this. He knew the way that I dressed. He knew that I was on TikTok and did like all this vampire stuff there. But he didn't know it went beyond like dress up. So I was like, I'm gonna have to have that conversation with him. I'm gonna have to tell him that I'm literally a vampire.
Oh, yes, thank you. She's literally a vampire.
I identify as a vampire.
Yes. Yep, the teeth are real. The news articles are real. I'm sorry, she fucking murdered those people. Yep, she was out there. She was doing spells on them because they like looked at her funny. And then that didn't work. So she just went old fashioned, got a butcher's knife and fucking offed them.
I just looked him like dead in the eye and was like, I am a real life living vampire.
And I'll be dressed like this. I'm not done up in any way. And she's got all the makeup and everything. And people coming in saying, "Oh boy, you better run."
Yeah, she does some crazy shit, man. She does some like wild shit to his dick.
Why are we going back to the dick again?
Because he's like, yeah, I'm kind of normal. And she's all crazy and fucked up. And I was like, yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, you've got a fair point. I can see him sitting down, eating his steak, and then the vampire comes over and he thinks,
I bet I can do some crazy fucked up shit with this bitch.
Yeah.
When I was on the front page of the paper, I thought that people were going to be a little bit nicer than they were. And I got a bunch of comments on Facebook of people saying I'm ugly, I'm not a real vampire and a sinner, and that I'm delusional.
We're leaving town because my wife is a vampire.
Okay, they live in a really small town. I mean, if that was the front page of the paper.
Yeah.
Woman dresses as vampire.
I love the social media comment she got. You're not a real vampire.
And why would you care if, like, people are calling you ugly? You're a vampire. Aren't vampires meant to be, like, ugly? Aren't you, like, bats and shit?
No, vampires are always supposed to be sexy. That's how they lure in their prey with
You've
their
just watched too much
sexiness.
Buffy and fucking Angel and shit.
Well, then vampires weren't sexy on Buffy.
Buffy was pretty sexy.
She was a vampire killer.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I didn't watch it. I don't know.
I was tired of living a lie, pretending that I was normal. And I wanted to finally come out and say, this is me. I'm not a good Christian lady. I'm a freaking vampire, you know?
The teeth are fake.
Teeth caps.
Nah, I'm sorry. I'm not buying this. You gotta go get those fucking tooth implants, lady.
Yeah. You can't identify as a vampire and have teeth caps.
Yeah, at least, like, get a file and, like, file them down. How committed are you?
Some stereotypes that I hate about vampires are that we don't like garlic. I love garlic. I have like a whole jar of spicy garlic and I'll just be like popping them in my mouth like they're pills, you know?
I'm sorry. This vampire is a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, she's shit.
She's taking us on a roller coaster ride. Oh, I dress as a vampire. No, I'm a real vampire. I like garlic. My teeth are fake. Fuck you.
I don't drink blood. I just take his deep energy.
Energy rape him. She's holding a cross.
What the fuck?
And she was looking in a mirror before.
Yeah, she was doing her makeup. Bitch, wake up to yourself.
You gotta stop doing that laugh.
Oh no, you gotta quit the maniacal laugh. It's too much. She's a phony. I bet she sleeps in a bed too.
Yeah.
Not even a coffin.
I mean, it's okay to be quirky. Just have like dream catchers and like fucking scented candles and even have your scythe thing, your bone scythe, your skeleton scythe.
Your Grim Reaper rod.
Yeah. And even take his energy and shit, but like you're getting ostracized because you're saying, oh, I'm a vampire. And I really want to know about these murders. Where does she live? I don't want to dox her. But like, were there murders? And were they linked to like satanic satanic cult shit?
A lot of the times, some of like the worst comments for me were "this isn't you," and that kind of gets to me sometimes because I remember that past trauma of when I didn't know who I was, but I also felt like I was hiding something.
This fucking generation.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we've got it too easy. We need like another world war or something. I mean, people's priorities are like, oh my God, I just like didn't know who I was until I fucking started dressing up as a vampire. Like I've talked about navel gazing before. It's what happens when like society doesn't have anything to do anymore. Like we used to have to go out and toil in the fields or go hunting or fucking build the fucking houses or, you know, milk the cows, herd the sheep, that sort of shit. And all of a sudden there's fucking supermarkets, there's internet, there's electricity.
TikTok.
Yeah, and you're just bored. And so it's like, okay, how can I like occupy my brain so I'm not going insane? I know, I'll be a vampire.
We've coddled this shit too much. Sometimes you need to be shamed. Sometimes you shouldn't be proud of what you are. You're a freak show.
I think we're being a bit harsh. I mean, she's just dressing up as a vampire. I mean, it's another thing if she did those fucking cult murders.
Back to the cult murders. You're obsessed. You want a documentary to watch.
Yeah.
My friend Ryan will be coming over today to discuss how he really feels about mine and Hellie's relationship. Ryan is a very dear friend of mine. I think the night he met her.
Oh, it's Ryan's Wake Me Up Before You Go car.
Yeah, he met her at the steakhouse too.
Ryan did?
Yeah, he said they met the same night.
So hang on. So he's there with his buddy Ryan, right? They're at a steakhouse. They've had a few fucking beers.
With garlic sauce on their steaks.
And this crazy vampire bitch has come up and said, hey, bro. They're like, you got to do it. You have to do it. You got to do weird shit with the vampire. Go and do it. And it's been so weird and so fucked up and so like out there and out of this world that he's like, no, I'll like commit to you now.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I get this.
Later that night, he was very drunk and he was saying, oh, the vampire girl was so hot. Like, you should get together with the vampire girl.
Yeah, I'm Ryan. I've been friends with John and Hellie for as long as they've known each other.
Hey! How's it going? How's it going?
He was sort of a chronic bachelor for the longest time.
He wants to fuck Hellie.
Why do you say that?
Because didn't you hear him before when the guy was explaining when they met Hellie? His friend said, dude, you got to do it.
Wasn't that me who said that?
Yeah, and you were right. Like, immediately after you said that, he acknowledged what you just said.
Oh, okay, right.
And did you see the hug? The friend wants to fuck the vampire.
Right.
She got mentioned again recently in the paper. Oh, yeah? He was talking, the paper was talking about a vampire murder cult.
Okay. Look, this needs to be investigated, all right? Now, I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm not saying any of you should do it, but fucking hell.
I knew you were going to pause the video just then because they mentioned the vampire murder cult again.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with this vampire murder cult. Is there any substance behind this claim?
It's just like the kind of thing I would walk in to you watching in the middle of the night. It's the exact kind of video.
The vampire murder cult in a small town. Yeah, I actually would watch that documentary.
You've got like a serious concerned look on your face as you're watching.
Something needs to be done about these fucking vampires, man.
I do know of a mutual friend, or perhaps ex-friend at this point, who had been seriously affected by her, I don't want to say witchcraft, but like your magic. When you got really mad at a certain somebody and you cast a spell and the next day they got into a car crash.
Yes! That's what you get. What I did is something that's called a return to sender spell. So I don't really hex people for no reason. It's usually they did it first, right?
Wait, hang on a sec. They did what first? They crashed your car? They got you into a car crash? They crashed into your car? What are they talking about? She cast a return to sender hex, i.e. she cut his brake lines.
The sun makes me very nauseous.
The sun is your biggest hater.
People think that being a vampire isn't real. They mock me and say, do.
I'd do that.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. One crazy bitch. Two crazy bitch. Wow. Anyway, I think we've seen enough. My analysis on this, my final analysis is they're not really hurting anyone. They're super duper cringe, but I like 10% reckon she did do those murders.
Yeah, I knew you were going to bring it back to the cult.
I also think she does freaky deaky shit in the bedroom, and that's why he's still with her, because like he's getting all sorts of shit. He's being called like a fag online and shit, and he's like, okay, this is painful. There's got to be something in it for him.
Oh, he's getting pegged by his best friend.
Yeah, right.
And his energy's all drained.
Anyway, we'll leave it there. Visit SugarTits. She has a channel.
Yes, I do.
And we'll catch you later. All right, ta-ta. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Recession, session. Give me better times, give me better times.